Hi, I'm Bob Berner, one of the product support engineers at Plugable, and what I'd like to do today is demonstrate an issue that some of our customers experience when using one of our DisplayLink based docking stations with a desktop computer and how to fix it. So let's jump right in, because this one's easier to demonstrate than it is to describe. So what do I have here? I have a Plugable UD6950Z docking station. This is a DisplayLink based docking station that allows you to add up to two 4K 60Hz displays to your computer. And right behind it, I have a small desktop computer. The dock is connected to the computer, and the only displays that I have are connected to the dock. There's no displays directly connected to the computer. That's an important detail for later. And looking at this right here, it looks like everything's working, but something's not quite right. While I can see my desktop background images and I can see the taskbar at the bottom of one display, if I were to say, click on the icon in the taskbar for File Explorer, it looks like the application starts. That may be hard for you to see, but you can see the little highlight and the little line below it to say it started, but I don't see the application window. Where is it? What's going on? Okay. Something isn't right in terms of the displays. Okay, if something wasn't right with my displays, normally I'd open the display settings application in Windows. Let's see if I can do that to figure out what's going on. So I'm going to right click on an empty space in the desktop, and I'm going to left click on display settings. But I'm in that same kind of chicken and the egg paradox where I can see that the application's open because there's now an icon in the taskbar for it, and if I hover the pointer over it, I can see a little thumbnail, but I can't see it. All right, well, I'm going to use a little trick to be able to see that application. If I press and hold the Shift key and the Windows key, the one with the Microsoft logo on it, and then press the right arrow key, I can now see the display settings application. What that basically is just a keyboard shortcut for moving application windows. Shift, Windows key, and an arrow will take the active application, which the display settings was because I just started it, and move it between all the connected displays. So it just appeared here. Okay, now that we can see display settings, we can see something interesting. We can see that there's three boxes at the top of the application, each with numbers in it, and it represents all the displays that the desktop thinks are there. But something's not quite right. There's three of them, even though there's only two actual displays. What's happening? The desktop computer thinks that it should always have at least one display directly connected to it. It doesn't understand that the DisplayLink docking station is the only source for video. Because it's getting confused, it's creating what we call a phantom display, but really isn't. And it's within that phantom display that applications are opening, and that's why I couldn't see them. So now that I can kind of see what's happening, how do I go ahead and fix it? Well, this is what we're going to do. It's a two-step process. First, I'm going to click the Identify button, which shows small identification numbers at the bottom of the screen. Let me do it again because it doesn't stay up terribly long. 2 and 3. The number that didn't show up, that I couldn't see, is the phantom. I couldn't see number 1. That's display number 1 here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on display number 3. That's this display right here. And I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to call it, make this my main display. The main display is where Windows defaults to putting desktop application icons, has the system tray icons, and where application windows open and the login screen is presented when you start your computer. So all right, I've made number 3 the main display. I'm now going to click on 1, that's the phantom display, and below the display numbers, I'm going to click the option here in the drop-down box that says disconnect this display. And then I'm going to confirm the change. Now, it doesn't look like anything really happened here, but if you look closely, the display numbers here on the top of the screen, that 1, the phantom display, got smaller. And that's designed to represent the fact that Windows marks it as disconnected. Because that display is disconnected, now the computer only sees these two different displays, and the application window won't get lost anymore when I try and open something. So if I close display settings, and then go to open it again, it works fine. If I open File Explorer, that works fine as well. So, as a quick summary, when using a DisplayLink based docking station with a desktop computer, there can be some cases where the computer will erroneously think there is a display directly connected to it when in fact there's not. Because of that phantom display, when you're first setting things up, you might not be able to see your icons or your application windows. If that happens, you can go through the steps I just showed you to bring the display settings application forward so you can make one of the displays that you can see the main display, and then disconnect the phantom, and then everything should work properly as expected moving forward.